you guys are in there, pop in. It's gotten a lot brighter out here. I'm not under the umbrella anymore, so well, we're out here in the courtyard. I'm not going to do a super long live stream just because we're going to head for pizza. We're going to town. Wendy wants to get pizza. She's tired from cleaning and working, so we're going to head down to Ganges and grab some pizza. And I know you guys probably like pizza too. So let me get here with a nice background. Let's see, where can we go? We're sticking reception here. Right there. That's a nice palmy background right there. There's Jacob Gonzalez. How you doing, man? Get into here, and there's the courtyard, which is a nice background. I like a palmy background, you know what I mean? Even when I'm taking photos, when you get people come through the garden, you know, you don't want a garbage can in the background. You want a nice palmy background. Maybe that's better like that. That's an arbutus. That's the arbutus tree there, and the fatsia trees, but there's a palmy background right there for you. And that's one of our many Trachycarpus palm trees. The bamboo's actually growing really good too. This stuff is sending. Got to keep it watered well though. Lots of pains coming up on this stuff. Look at this. Because we watered. If we didn't water, it'd be all dried up like the stuff in the front of the house. It's totally looking crappy from the heat and the drought we're having here on Salt Spring Island. I'll go this way and let's see what's happening down here in the garden. Hey, who's that in there? Simply Sam. Simply Sam. This bamboo here, and it's stressed as well. We have a lot of bamboo, but this one here, it is looking crappy. Look at that. Look at how burnt out it is and dry. And then there's more bamboo here. It just, if I can get into the front here, hopefully we're still getting a signal. If you lose me, I'm going to have to go to the back of the house again. So I kind of like this part of the garden because it kind of like walking through the Ho Chi Minh Trail, right? It's nice and thick, lots of vegetation, and lots of exotic plants. This bay tree is growing like gangbusters. The eucalyptus trees I cut a few months back are growing like weeds. I'm going to have to cut them again. Hey, my mustachios have been doing well over a stop water. Oh, cool. Yeah, do not water the leaves. Leaves do not like water in the sun. It's like water drop, little magnifying glass, and it will cook them, burn them. So, you know what? I just found out, actually, we do not have a check-in tonight in this B&B. I thought there was. So that's more awesome. It gives Wendy a bit of a break because she's been so busy, right? And anyway, here's the eucalyptus now, the one that was cut back in February. Look at it. It's just growing like a weed. They're just flipping weeds. Cannot keep on top of these things. You know, it's just amazing, these eucalyptus trees. And let's go look at the tree fern. We'll go down here, down to the lower deck where the B&B guests like to hang out. It's very warm out here now. It's definitely gotten warmer. So there is the tree fern behind us there. And it is still pumping out fronds, which is good. But yes, a lot of burn on it from the heat blast we had. And yeah, there's a bunch of fronds coming out of the center of it there, which is good, which is a really good thing. So, and then we're going to look at the chainsaw trachea. Let's go look at the chainsaw trachea. Chainsaw trachea's looking like that. See that over there? There it is right there. It's actually thriving. There's the eucalyptus that was cut down. So it's looking like this now. February 12th, cut in half with the chainsaw down there. And you can see the trunk come out of that other one that was cut, and it's doing very well. So I water that every day, and it seems to be a pretty happy camper. There's the queen palm down there, doing very well. And it's just a mixed mash of pretty much everything in here. Needle palms are doing good too. Like the signs. The signal. Oh, yeah, hopefully the signal's okay. I mean, I'm at the back of the house. It just got... Jacob. Cool. Well, I'm glad you guys have tuned into Wendy's channel. So this is not my channel, okay? This is Wendy's channel, and I'm doing just a short live stream for her before we head out and have a pizza. You know, so let me just sit under this tree fern here because I love this tree fern. That frond out of the way. And palms, look at that. Does it get more tropical than that, folks? We got the tree fern behind us, and we got palm trees everywhere, right? So there you go. And that actually kind of keeps the sun off of me. But it does create some weird shadows, and now the sun's in my face. So anyway, that Dicksonia Antarctica, that's something that gets a lot of water every single day. And if you don't water that, that poor baby will probably dry up. It would not be a happy camper. And let's just see. Yeah, these are Trachycarpus palms. There's Trachycarpus palms everywhere here. That's a Commodore radicalis. These are all Trachycarpus palms. There's like so many Trachycarpus palms in our garden. There's actually a little waggy in here somewhere too. Where is it? There's a waggy right there, a little waggy. Or is it a hybrid? Hybrid, sorry, not a waggy. Hybrid. But we do have waggies too. Got a bunch of waggies in the garden. So this is the back of the house. This is the Fatsia that's recovering from the heat blast. It's actually starting to put some new growth out. I did cut some stuff off of it. Do you have any? Yes, we have lots of Wagnerianus. In our garden, we have Wagnerianus. Yeah. And we have about 4 or 5 flats of them growing, but we're growing them on. They're not for sale. They're pure Trachycarpus Wagnerianus. That's Trachycarpus latisectus, and it looks like it needs some more. Looks like it needs some more water. I'm going to have to water that again because that is a dry palm tree. So yeah, we have a lot of pure Trachycarpus Wagnerianus, but like I said, those are nursery stock for our nursery, and those will be growing on to bigger pots and eventually sell them at the nursery. Here's the palm tree that got flattened like a pancake when the eucalyptus squished it, and it's coming back nicely. Look at that. That was also February 12th. They cut down this eucalyptus beside it, and the rounds from the eucalyptus, he flattened that palm like a pancake, and there's the growth. Trunk was flat down to the ground. So it just shows you how resilient Trachycarpus palm trees are, right? And you got to remember, folks, for you that's tuning in, I am on the Southern Gulf Islands, located off the extreme southwest coast of British Columbia, out here in the ocean on Salt Spring Island, okay? So if you know where the Washington State San Juan Islands are, we are in the same archipelago as those islands. We can see them from our island, and like I said, 2 weeks ago I was out fishing, and we're right beside the San Juan Islands, and our Gulf Islands are right there. So there's just an imaginary line that kind of separates us there. So remember, there are no tropical places anywhere in Canada. Okay, so you can tropical looking like plants and create a tropical like look, but there will never ever be tropical in Canada. So Trachycarpus palms, you mass plant Trachycarpus palms and some Fatsias, and then you get some timber bamboo and a lot of BLEs. Does anyone have successful growth robust as in ground? There have been them here in the past. And like I say, the longest I know of that was in the ground was probably closer to 10 years. And it could have been a filibuster though. And it was featured in Hardy Palm International twice over the years. And it was actually getting to a pretty good size, never protected. And after some winters, it would look pretty beat up, the fronds and stuff like that. But it would always regrow in the spring. It would always be pushing out lots of new leaves, new fronds. And it was at our friend's place. Real hot spot. They had some barrel cactus in the ground too, some fishhook barrel cactus. And what happened, they sold the place and new people bought the place and they didn't like the looks of the palm after winter because it looked kind of beat up. And there's a lot of people that don't know much about palm trees, not knowing that they had a real treasure in their yard. They got the gardener to cut it down, cut the palm down, so it's gone. But other people do grow them here experimentally. I still think it's definitely a short-term palm here this far north in the North Pacific, right? There are a few date palms around too, Phoenix canariensis. I know of 2 pretty nice ones, one growing at Tofino and one growing in a guy's garden southeast of Vancouver. The one southeast of Vancouver is quite a massive specimen planted over 20 years ago, and I do have videos of it here. And I also have videos of the one in my friend Brian's garden in Tofino, which he planted quite a few years ago, and it's actually getting big, and it receives 0 winter protection, but that is a higher end of Zone 9A over there. I'm in a lower end of Zone 9A here, where I live on Salt Spring Island. But yeah, there's a lot of people that play around with stuff. He also has a really nice Brachia edulis palm, which is just awesome. And what should you do if you're breakthrough infections? Something just popped across the screen. Anyway, Brahia edulis is definitely hardier than Washingtonia robusta, and it also stands up to our winter rain. So we get a lot of winter rain here on Salt Spring Island. So you want something that's going to stand up to the rain. So one of them is Camarops humilis, okay? Camarops humilis is a awesome palm, and that one's been in the ground a long time, and it's growing in pretty poor soil, and it looks pretty good because it's growing under this 100-foot tall cedar tree that's covered in ivy, but the roots from that tree have infiltrated where the palm are. But you know what? All in all, I think it's good. Really stiff fronds on it, lots of suckers, nice trunk. And then there's another one there. We got a lot of them in the garden. A lot of Camarot palms in the garden here. Like I said, I kind of lose track of what we have growing in our garden. There's the Tiki tribe. See the Tiki tribe behind me right there. And remember, folks, I am on Wendy's iPhone. On Wendy's iPhone, that one looks like it's ready to fall over, so I'm going to have to watch that one. One fell over and hit the house, just about busted our window. It scraped the side of the house. So, and the cactus is doing good. Loves the crappy dry weather. Oleanders, they were even suffering in the dry weather, but I've been watering that one a bit more. Those ones we cut back, but suffering, like I say, so not a lot of blooms on these oleanders this year. The ones in town are thriving because they're in better soil and they get irrigation. And back into the courtyard. And like I say, I won't go too long here, maybe for about 15 minutes or so. And then we will head down for a pizza. We will head to town. And to drive to town from here is about probably no more than 15 minutes. It's pretty close to drive to town, even though it seems like we're a million miles away. No, I don't bother with cannas anymore just because the soil's so poor. And deer, I was growing them before we had a fence, and the deer used to eat them all the time. But we did used to have lots of cannas. They will come up every year, cannas. And there are a lot of people that grow cannas, and I should probably grow some more. Hey, there's Space Banjo in there, Benjamin. So anyway, I love canna lilies, and I like the ones that grow really, really big. Even these are dry. I got to sneeze. Sun got my eye, folks. Time to sneeze. Excuse me. I'm going to sneeze, I think. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. So, and you can see Fatsia. Gesundheit. Right there. That's a beauty. Do you grow billion? Here they grow billion cannas. Yeah, there's lots of them. Even when you go to Nanaimo, when we were up in Nanaimo yesterday, there are cannas all over the place, the street plantings, right? Like you see them in the parks and everything. Extremely common plant, canna lilies, and they just leave them in and they just come up every year. Some people like to lift them, like dahlias. And well, dahlias you can actually leave in the ground too, as long as you're in well draining. So you can see some of the grapes. You know what? I think the birds have been eating some of the grapes here for sure. There's some grapes in here, but birds been eating a lot of the grapes. This is a good one to try. Fatsia japonica. Try that one. It's a very hardy plant, and it looks super tropical. I mean, look at the leaves on that. And that one's taller than the house. It's massive. These are massive. I planted these ones back in the early 1990s as little tiny plants. I didn't grow them from seed, but they are taller than the house. And they are absolutely thriving. And this bamboo is thriving too. Look at the canes on this stuff. This is beauty. That one's actually dried up. That's a dried up cane in there. But it's got bigger canes. Oh, what does that say? Bell peppers I love. I love all peppers. Even some of the hot ones too. Right here. Here's a better cane. See that right there? You can see, can you see the cane in there? Yeah, they're beautiful. I love, and there's a bigger one in there. Right there. Timber bamboo is pretty awesome. It could be bad. Hey, Joe, just trying to germinate. Oh, yeah. They'll germinate in the baggy method. Just be patient, okay? He said Bengalo palm. And be very patient with all palm seeds. Although Washingtonia robusta germinate a lot faster than most of the other palm seeds. So, but baggy method, you can germinate most any palm seed in a baggy method. Probably except Coco de Mer. Because Coco de Mer is one of those like 30-pound palm seeds. What do you think of A&W Nashville hot chicken? Oh, I never had it. I had a teen burger yesterday in the morning, and then I had a teen burger for lunch. So, yeah, I should try that. Every single game bird eat my peas. Oh, that's a pain. You might have to put netting on them. We have quail here, lots of quail. So quail would probably do that too. There, I'll hold this here, and I'll do a live stream under our palm trees right there. Some of our palm trees. We got a lot of palms in here. Kind of looks tropical, doesn't it? Yeah, I like the Cajun chicken. The Cajun chicken burger is really good. I should try that next time I'm off island. I don't know when the next time I'm off island, but I will try because we always go to A&W over on the Big Island in Duncan. That's the nearest kind of like mini city where it's not that far from the ferry, right? So it's called Duncan on Vancouver Island. And yeah, it's kind of like a little, there's no real big high rises there, but they have Home Depot, no Costco, but they have Lowe's, Walmart, McDonald's, which I like to call Rotten Ronnie's. They have A&W, Wendy's, KFC. They have tons of stuff there, right? So it's a great place to go. And if you like eating, and there's lots of restaurants and stuff there. But up in Nanaimo, they have Costco where we were yesterday. I went to Cabela's. I had to go to the sports shop to get something. So they have A&W there too. That's one of our favorite fast food, junk food places because we like the taste of the burgers there. I think the burgers at A&W are pretty good. I think they're better than Rotten Ronnie's, don't you think? So anyway, there's some of our plates. You've seen them before. See, are we missing any? We got lots of plates here. The bottom one's Panama. And Hawaii, 1959. And British Columbia, 1959. Wendy was born that year, 59. British Columbia, 1952. And yeah, a whole whackload of them. I live in Texas, and there's a burger franchise. Oh, Texas. You probably have Carl's Jr. in Texas. What do you think of the planned tunnel from Vancouver to... Never heard of it. Never heard of it. They've talked about a bridge before, but that was just talk many years ago. But Islanders don't want it. I don't know if they're going to build a tunnel here, but it's not going to go. If it goes through the Gulf Islands, I'd definitely move. I'd never want a bridge here. I'd never want a tunnel here. It's a long way across, but I mean, they can do anything. So I would not want it here. If they build a bridge, bye-bye. I'm gone. Sell the house. Get the heck off the island, man. If I had my way, it will probably be, oh yeah, no, it'd be very expensive. It's not worth it. It sure put a lot of people out of work though, because the BC ferries keep a lot of people employed here. We have the ferry system. Oh, Chipotle turned into, oh, okay. I've been to Carl's Jr. down in Anaheim. We took the kids there in 2008, went to Carl's Jr. Anyway, as for a tunnel, yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. I heard people talk years ago about a bridge, but it's just all nonsense. They're not going to do it. It's not worth it. So if it ever happened and I was still alive and I was living here, I think I'd move. I don't want any more population growth on Salt Spring Island. I would like this island to be another 1,500 miles out into the Pacific Ocean if I had my way. Yeah. And they built a bridge over to Prince Edward Island. They got that Confederate bridge, right? That's a long bridge, but we're farther away from the mainland than Prince Edward Island. We are farther away. I think we're 23 or 24 miles, something like that from the mainland. Oh, low battery. So I'm going to have to really watch this. So I'm going to go for a few more minutes here, maybe to 20 minutes. I'm at 18:29, and then I'm going to have to call her quits, folks, because I know Wendy's dying to eat a pizza, and then I'm going to hand her back the phone, and then she's going to plug it in, and she wants her Hawaiian pizza. Wendy loves pizza with pineapple on it. Me, actually, I don't mind it. I can eat pineapple with on the pizza, but I would prefer like a meat lover's pizza, or there's one called Popeye, and it's got everything on it, or just fully loaded, right? If the Newfoundland tunnel happens. Cool. Well, it might. I think that would happen long before it ever made one to Vancouver Island. Ferry direct to Vancouver Island from south of Vancouver is an hour and a half, and a ferry from the same terminal to Salt Spring Island is an hour and a half. But usually to get to our island, it takes 3 hours because it stops at all the other southern Gulf Islands. So it's a 3-hour ferry cruise, and you have to just sit back and enjoy the ride, right? It's a lot of scenery out there. The islands are absolutely beautiful when you come through the southern Gulf Islands. You often can see orcas like killer whales, dolphins, and all that stuff. Oh, I love roasted peppers too. Roasted peppers are absolutely awesome on a pizza. And I think that's when I get the Popeye. There's also one called Margarita. So if I get the Popeye, it's probably going to have some roasted peppers on it too. So anyway, guys, I'm going to plug this. I'm going to unplug this thing now and plug it in. What is up? Duck Killer Clyde, see, you made it. And I'm just leaving because Wendy wants to go for pizza. So I'm feeling making dinner tonight. So I'm going to cut her short, Popeye. It's called a Popeye pizza. Kind of like Popeye. Like Popeye the Sailor Man in olive oil. One time I saw Chupacabra eating. Did you? You actually saw Chupacabra? I know they're kind of like those mythical beasts, but you know what? They might exist. I'd like a piece of Wendy. I'd like a piece. You bad. Bad, Clyde. Well, Wendy wants her pineapple pizza, and I want my fully loaded pizza, right? But I probably will sneak a slice of her pineapple pizza. And a full-size pizza here is about 21 bucks. Something like that for a large, like that's a big pizza. So that's not too bad. And that works out to, just under 12 bucks a person, right? So 21 bucks plus a tip and tax. So it'll be about 12 bucks a person to eat a full-size pizza here. And I might even have some left over for tomorrow, which will be a good thing. Yeah, I think that's not bad. It's not bad. It used to be Canadian 2 for 1, but it's just called Uptown Pizza. And it's in Ganji. So, hey, if I can get their password, I could probably do a live stream from there. Will there be enough? There probably not. I'll probably end up eating it all right. Yeah, I will probably eat all the pizza. So I could see if I could get their password and maybe do a live stream from there if this battery's not dead. I like meat pizza too. So I'll definitely have meat on my pizza. I like the meat lovers pizza. That's a good one for me. So what do you think of that fatsia tree behind me here? There's 2 fatsia trees, and they're actually getting up there in size. Those are on the size of German Shepherd lips. That's pretty cool. Now, that would have been an awesome video, Jacob, because I've seen videos on Chupacabra, and it's kind of a weird-looking, almost hairless, kind of dog-like creature, right? It's just a really bizarre-looking thing. Do you think it's just some sort of mutated dog or some dog with mange or something? Or do you think it actually is a Chupacabra? Because I used to listen to George Norrie and Art Bell late at night, and often people would talk about Chupacabra, Bigfoot, UFOs, and just paranormal stuff. And to me, that's kind of like the paranormal, right? Which is kind of cool because I'm into that stuff. So, well, if you ever go hunting, Clyde, and you shoot a Chupacabra, you're going to have to get it stuffed. But I don't think there's any up here in the north. Mange coyote, yeah. So maybe it was a coyote with mange because that's what somebody else said. It's like a dog with mange or a coyote with mange. Yeah, Coast to Coast. I used to listen to Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell, and then George Norrie took over from Frump. They were in Frump, Nevada. And I don't know what radio stations it's on now because I can't find it. So I don't even know if it's still on, but I used to love listening to it. And I would fall asleep listening to George Norrie at night. And like I say, before that was Art Bell. 11:90 a.m., okay? I can actually sometimes get radio stations out of Oregon here. Just depends on the skip. If it's coming in, and it's usually the AM, not FM. So 11:90 a.m. Okay, we'll have to tune in. I do have a shortwave radio too. So, I mean, I might be able to tune into 1190. It's funny how much we have in common. That's right. And now I've got a Ruger. Do you have a Ruger? You probably do, don't you? Must be something. It must be something in water. You know what it is? It's living in the North Pacific. That's what it is. Living in the Pacific Northwest, right? So anyway, yeah, Art Bell and George Norrie, totally awesome guys. I love listening to all that stuff, and just it actually put me to sleep because it was. I like background noise. Wendy doesn't, but I would out, and she wouldn't let me listen to the radio anymore. So I lost all. What? Get out of here! You did not. Yeah, right. That would suck. I would be jumping in the water after them, man. Anti-troll police coming in. Well, I'm heading out soon because I'm going to go to 25 minutes now. We'll go 25 minutes for Wendy. This is Wendy's live stream. I'm doing the live stream for her. And everything good here. Yes, coyotes here. Indexes are super fearful. It might have been a dog bred with a coyote and then maybe mange, like Clyde said, because West Side. Yeah, I'm a West Coast guy. You know, I've never, no, I've been to the East Coast. I've been to Miami, Florida. I have been to Miami, and that's East, but I've never been anywhere Canada. I've been way more places in the U.S. than I've ever been in Canada, right? So, like I say, as far east as I've been in Canada is Edmonton, and then I went to Drumheller. Thank God it was in summertime, because otherwise I'd be freezing my hiney off, because it's just way too cold there for me in the wintertime. And guess what? I don't like cold. I like warm. Hey, there's the Butia. What do we got here? Coyotes are just super cautious. We used to have a lot of coyotes when I lived on the main. There's the Butia right there. Doing good. Just got to water it more. And I'm going to show you the same as wolves. Yeah, there's wolves on Bay. There's the Parajubea. That's what the Parajube is looking like right there. It's actually a pretty happy plant. I water it most every day, and it seems to be okay. So anyway, I'm going to give this phone back to Wendy before the battery goes dead because it's getting pretty low, and I don't want it to die on you guys. So hey, you guys, thanks for joining in the live stream. Where's Wendy? Wendy, we're going to go out for pizza now. Okay, so we're going to sign off in the live stream. You better say bye too, because Wendy, Bendy Wendy. Can I call you Bendy Wendy?
No.
She doesn't like when I call her Bendy Wendy. I'm going to call her Bendy Wendy because Bendy Wendy rhymes, right?
Yeah,
so what do we got here?
Trendy Wendy.
People here in this other crazy fun neighbors shooting all types. 12. Did you?
What?
No. I'm just trying to read that.
What did that
sometimes it goes by
I know.
so fast. It's really hard
Yeah. Oh wow.
to read. So anyway, here's a couple of Wendy's quilts. Wendy used to make quilts, okay? So this place is like a flippin' art gallery with all her art on the wall. There's a quilt right there. And then there's one of her paintings right there. You see that painting?
It's a fun painting, eh?
That's a fun painting, but it is kind of explicit. There's some dude in there. There's some guy in this painting. There's a guy in this painting.
That's you. There's dragonfly.
And there's dragonfly there. Dragonfly, and I could show you some of her more explicit paintings, but they'd be censored here on YouTube. So we cannot show you any more explicit paintings. And this was something funky she made too. I don't know, it's kind of like, I don't know, she's very artsy, right? I'm not so artsy. I can carve tikis and they're just okay, but she's very artsy. I mean, look at these quilts she makes. Made these quilts years ago. And yeah, they just hang on the wall and like decoration, right? But if it gets cold, I guess we could use them. Anyway, guys, I'm going to say cheers and aloha from Gulf Island Rock. And we will see you next time on a live stream. So remember, set your YouTube thing where you get notifications so you can see when we do a live stream on Gulf Island Rock. And it's just kind of random stuff we like to talk about, like now, because I'm just babbling. And there's 10% battery life, which really sucks. So see you later, guys. Jacob, Clyde, Caleb, Logan, Camel. I don't know who else is in there. Like I say, it's going by really fast. All the comments cruise by really quick on this thing. So anyway.
Have a good week.
Have a good week, everybody. And cheers. And I'm going to show you there's Wendy's view every day in the kitchen. You just look out that window and you think you're somewhere else, but you think you're somewhere else looking at all those palm trees, but you're not.
Yeah.
You're here in the deep, the far north, the great white north,
Then
right?
we play Hawaiian music, so
We play a lot of Hawaiian music. We love Hawaiian music too. So anyway, guys, take care, and I will see you next time. Cheers, and thanks for joining in. You guys are awesome.